Welcome to the T-Pac Arcade. Today's game is Defender 2 for the Atari 2600. In this 1984 shoot-'em-up from Atari and Williams Electronics, your planet is facing an invasion, and the aliens want to turn all your humanoids into deadly mutants. Which is probably a bad thing, but if mutants get cool superpowers, then I might change my mind on that. Anyway, your goal here is to keep the humanoids safe from alien abduction in wave after wave of space attacks. You pilot a slick little starship that can move in all directions in a manually scrolling playfield that wraps back around horizontally. The playfield shows your ship, a set of humanoids hanging around the planet's surface, and various enemies. But at the top of the screen is a radar display, which indicates aliens beyond the immediate scope of your vision, which is helpful to brace yourself for incoming enemies and track down UFOs that are trying to carry away your little space dudes. See, while all the other alien invaders are just aggressive nuisances more or less, the green landers snatch defenseless humanoids to carry them to the top of the playfield. If they're successful, the humanoids turn into mutants, aka more colorful landers that chase you down and try to blast your ship into space dust. But if you blow up a lander before it carries a humanoid all the way up, you can swoop in to rescue it and bring it safely back to the planet's surface. Try not to shoot the humanoid though, because this game doesn't shy away from friendly fire, and you're just as much of a threat to your own planet's inhabitants as the alien invaders. At least if you've got an itchy trigger finger like me. And don't let it fall to the planet's surface from too high up, or it'll go kersplat, and the population will be down by 1. Oops. It can be pretty tough to get all the abducted humanoids on time, but luckily, you can use the flashing red Stellar Gateway, a warp in the middle of the playfield, to transport yourself to the nearest humanoid snatching in progress. And hopefully stop it before things turn into a mutant party, but that's easier said than done. Because if all the humanoids get destroyed or mutated, the planet blows up, and you just have to survive until it resets every 5th wave. The good thing here is you don't have to worry about rescuing humanoids for a while, but the bad thing here is that there are mutants everywhere and they're a real pain. At least you've got a decent arsenal at your disposal. Your standard cannon has unlimited ammo and fires a beam all the way across the screen, and you've got 3 fail-safe actions as backup when lasers and dodging just won't cut it. First is the Smart Bomb, that destroys everything currently in view on the playfield. Second is the Invisio, which temporarily makes your ship vanish and allows you to destroy anything you shoot or run into, so long as you're still invisible. And third is Hyperspace, which warps you to some other part of the planet for a quick getaway. Or a quick demise if you happen to warp directly into an enemy, which can definitely happen. These special actions aren't unlimited, but you get another use for each, plus an extra life, every time you score 10,000 points. You might be wondering though, how do you use all these special actions when the Atari joystick only has one button? Well, that's the most novel aspect of Defender 2. It uses 2 controllers. The first one for navigation and the standard cannon, and the second one for smart bombs by pressing the action button, Invisio by pressing up, and Hyperspace by pressing down. Now, if that sounds unwieldy and frustrating, that's because it is. I admire the ingenuity here, but by the time I reach over to Controller 2 for a smart bomb to save me from incoming UFOs, I've already been disintegrated by incoming UFOs. Especially considering the ridiculous amount of momentum built into your ship to keep you from dodging anything effectively. Let's just say the play mechanics in Defender 2 are not your friend. So progression in this game is tracked by waves, and to clear a wave, you have to destroy all the enemies, which includes the abducting landers, whichever humanoids are unfortunate enough to join the mutant party, and various other abstract alien craft that either hunt you down directly, or just drift around to get in your way. 2 are particularly noteworthy though. The purple pods, which explode into 3 homing drones whenever you blast them, and baiters, these thin, fast UFOs that populate the playfield if you take too long to clear a wave. There are some special waves of note too. Every 10th wave is a fire bomber showdown, where the screen is full of pinballing pinwheels, and every wave ending in 5 is a Yalabian dogfight, where there are no humanoids to rescue, and you've just got to survive an onslaught of these dart things. The game manual says there are up to 100 waves, which is ridiculous considering I only made it to the 9th on my own merit, but I did use save states to play through wave 10, because by then, I'd encountered every type of wave and I could consider the game more or less looped. I ain't playing all the way to 100, these aliens get way too fast and the mutant party would never end. I was able to skip a few levels at the start though, because there's this cool mechanic where flying into the Stellar Gateway while carrying at least 4 humanoids sends you ahead 3 waves. Cool. Aesthetically, Defender 2 is about as solid as it gets. Smooth scrolling across a neat starfield background, a whole bunch of different spacecraft, each with unique designs and motions, and some of the best early 8-bit sound design ever. Crunchy noise channel laser blasts, explosions so bassy and deep they rattle down to the planet's core, whimsically bloopy humanoid rescue chimes, and little yelping sound cues to let you know when one of those poor humanoids just got abducted by a UFO. also booming sound cues to let you know when they just joined the mutant party, but we're going to pretend we didn't hear that and we weren't responsible for their safety in the first place. That being said, the humanoid rescue gameplay is my favorite thing about Defender 2. It adds a huge twist to the traditional space shooter formula to keep things interesting. I only wish you couldn't accidentally laser blast the humanoids or send them plummeting to their doom. I also wish Defender 2 constrained all the game mechanics to a single controller. I mean, activating bombs by swooping down to the bottom of the playfield works just fine in Defender 1, and I didn't need a third arm to pull that off. Overall, that's why Defender 2 may not stack up to the Atari port of the original, in my humble opinion, but that doesn't mean it isn't fun. And there's plenty of incentive to pick up a pair of controllers and join the mutant party in the wonderful world of 8-bit outer space.